Hello and welcome to Home is Here. Thank you so very much for joining us. I am your host, Fisiani Sinyama. Today we have a fantastic program lined up for you. We're taking a mini trip to Kenya. Indeed, Kenya is a beautiful country, and now I am joined in the studio by Jane. Jane, thank you so very much for coming today.
Thank you. It's my privilege and honor to be here to celebrate my culture.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yes.
So Jane, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you came to Canada.
Yes, my name is Jane. I have a middle name. It's called Wangari, and my dad's name is Maina, so you could call me Jane Wangari Maina. And I came to Canada in 2000 with the hope of continuing my education and finding more opportunities here. We all know out there Canada is a lot of opportunities.
Yes,
but I'm thankful for a show like this one, which can still remind me that I have a cultural background that I am more than happy to talk about.
That is wonderful.
I'm living here with my two daughters, a 21-year-old and a 13-year-old. I came to Canada, like I said, in the year 2000. Yes.
Well, so we're going to start by talking a little bit about family. Families here in Canada are usually on the smaller side. So tell us about families in Kenya.
Yes, families are very important too in Kenya, just like they are here in Canada. And but one little different aspect is by family we really don't mean the nuclear family. Ours are very extended families. They include your uncles and aunties, mothers-in-law, and it's all good.
Yes.
There isn't that feeling that oh, this is too loud. It's
too much.
Too much. Yeah, it's a family that's supposed to really look out for one another. I could have really loved it if I had the opportunity of raising my girls together with my sisters and brothers, the uncles, the aunties, because when those sensitive times come, the girls needing to be prepared for marriage and other rites of passage, then I would send them off to the aunties, and or if the boys would be sent off to the uncles. So the extended family is the in thing.
So I guess, you know, like extended family plays a big role then.
Yes, the extended family plays a very big role in shaping
your nuclear family.
Yeah, my nuclear family. Yes, and also the growth for me as a mother, as a wife. It's the family, the extended family is very enriching.
We're still coming back in the studio with Jane. She has a game that she'll be teaching us. She has food that she'll be teaching us how to prepare. And best of all, we're talking weddings right after this. Hello and welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Home is Here, and we're talking to Jane from Kenya. Now, in every culture, there are no-nos and there are must-dos. And Jane, I would like for you to tell us a little bit about that. What would be the most respectful thing I would do if I met an elderly person for the very first time?
Yes, if you met an elderly person, you're going to say, hi, Grandma. It's okay. They won't feel embarrassed that you're calling them Grandma. Do I look like a grandma? And then even if you offered them your seat, especially in the bus, they won't also feel like you're making them too old. It's a respectful way to show that I really value the years you have been around more than me.
So it's got nothing to do with the age. It's just got something to do with
respect.
Respect. I value you.
I value you. I respect. And they don't panic. I'm realizing here culturally, being a senior, you are in a state of a panic all the time, really trying to, But it's actually, we kind of think old age back home is synonymous with wisdom. So we really
it's a good thing.
Value and respect, the elders. And also, when we meet, it's a respectful thing to say, hi, how are you? Yes.
That is very interesting. Well, in every culture, food will be a big thing.
Yes.
Social etiquette will be a big thing.
Yes.
And also religion. So do you practice any religion?
Yeah, I was born and raised a Christian. If we have our own really traditional religion, which has been which has incorporated a lot of Christianity, but traditionally, actually, there wasn't that concrete division between the secular and the religious. Everybody was naturally a spiritual being.
Okay.
So that separation between the sacred and the secular, the secular is not there in my culture, because religion, spirituality is a human. It's actually the human way to be. But well, so my religion as a Christian is slowly evolving from just religion to spirituality, but because it's something that I have known since I was very young, I still go to church, and I really value the just the social aspect of being in church. We have used Christian fellowships as a way of networking, trying to help the newcomers find their way in the country. So religion is a let me say spirituality is a very important aspect in my life and that of my family.
That is awesome. Well, we still have food coming up. You don't want to miss that. And we have a game that we're going to be talking about and hopefully teaching you. So please don't go away. We'll be back right after this. I know you've talked about how this is all for the preparation of somebody going into marriage.
Yes.
So then, if they ended up now getting married, what would be the steps towards a wedding?
Oh, are we talking wedding already?
Wedding.
Because
they've been prepared already, right?
No, they've been prepared. And most of the time, we cannot call it arranged marriages, but aunties and uncles would still be the best to kind of identify who would be a good suitor. For my daughter or my son, a wife for my son. And so, but when a young man really identified the girl he wanted to marry, then he had to go to a mentor and put together a team of elders, and they would visit the girl's home with gifts. And what later became, what was famously known as dowry.
Okay. Yeah. And so what would be the importance of him coming with a team of people as opposed to him just coming with maybe just a friend or his dad?
Yeah, I think it's because marriage in itself was seen as a community event. It's a community event. It's not just one or two people. And I think those elders continued the job of preparing the young man about the marriage, and also helped him raise the dowry, the money, the money, and those became the mentors that he would really be accountable to, the people to go to if anything goes wrong with the
I guess then he has somebody to go to and say, okay, I need you to help me out with this. Okay.
Yeah, so the two families would exchange gifts, and then definitely there would be the specific day when there would be a huge feast that involves both families, and there would be lots of eating and dancing, and the lady, the girl mostly being very unhappy. There was the expectation that she was gonna cry and really decides she's going to miss her family. And you have never seen a bride. It was like traditionally you wouldn't be expected to be hyper excited on your wedding.
Yeah, you have to keep your eyes down.
Yes.
That is interesting. And okay, so now they are married and they're having a baby.
Yes.
What was the tradition around babies?
Babies, the expectation was that with marriages there would be babies, and there were ceremonies to at least every village had one midwife who would attend to the to the birth. And of course, there would be other women around, at least 2 or 3 who would attend the birth. But the birth is such a huge event. It's celebrated, and the children are such an important part of the marriage.
Interesting.
And they were the village business. Like the young couple, the mother would really receive a lot of help, and there were even some specific food meant to prepare her for the nursing of the baby. Yes, and the naming ceremonies, there would be rites, you know, down every rite of passage. There would be the naming ceremony. At some point, there would be the second birth. Then it's like every passage rite would be marked by a ceremony.
A ceremony.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's happening to them. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Jen, for all that. And we're still coming back. Please don't go away. Hello and welcome to Home is Here. We're still here with Jane from Kenya, and now we're talking food. Jane, this looks absolutely amazing. Tell us a little bit about what we have.
Yeah, and it tastes as amazing as
awesome.
As it looks, if I may blow my own trumpet.
You're allowed.
But this, the Kikuyu of Central Kenya, part of their staple food. Actually, their staple food was mostly grains and cereals, any form of grains. Like I have 2 types of beans there. Any lentils would do. And so this meal here is lentils, some plantains, potatoes. If you want, you can put some green leaves. And
so something like
corn,
spinach,
yes,
or kale.
Spinach, kale, yes. And mash it all up.
Well, I am ready to try some of it.
Yes.
But before we try in Kenya, what would be the most important meal of the day?
The evening meal.
Because
normally, well, at breakfast, people will still have mostly the leftovers and some kind of a green, mostly milk. There would be goat milk and also porridge. Most of these grains would also be grounded, especially millet and sorghum. It would also be the drink for the morning because it could also be grounded to become the porridge that you. So you have your porridge in the morning, some grains or whatever you left, root crops like arrowroots and sweet potatoes. That would be your breakfast. Something like a snack, but in the evening at least everybody came together for a heavier meal. Yeah, because much of the time would be spent in the fields working.
So this is the time where everybody is at
got
home.
Together and ate. And after that, people, that's when there was even storytelling for the kids. Yeah, the same idea that you want to get your family together for the evening meal.
Interesting. Well, we're ready to try some of this. And don't go away. We're going to be giving you the recipe and as well where you can get some of this food here in Winnipeg. Don't go away right after this. Welcome back to Home is Here. Thank you so much if you're just joining us. We are talking about food and we have Jane in the studio with us from Kenya. Jane, thank you so much for this lovely meal and I really, really want to try it.
You're welcome.
Okay, so can we just dig in?
Yes, we can dig in.
So is there a special way of eating this?
Normally you would just use your fingers. It's a finger food. But now that we have our forks, we
can use our forks.
Use the
Okay. All right, let's try this. Wow. It is so, I love it. It is so rich. I like the plantains in there. They bring a little bit of kind of
flavor.
Sweet.
Yes, it's like sweet and sour. Because the best flavor to get from it is when it's just about to ripen. And some parts of the Kikuyu traditions, they would cook it with just the green bananas. It's a bit flat, but the taste is close. And
So would it be a little bit sourish if you added the green bananas?
the green bananas, it's flat. Like
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
You want it to at
I
least have some
absolutely
flavor.
love this. Seriously, I do.
I'm glad you.
If you do want to try some of this food, we have our recipe on our website. We'll have it on our social media, Facebook. If you try it at home, be sure to take some pictures and email them to me, fisiani@cineama.com, and we will post them on our Facebook. So you talked about something. You said when the family got together in the evening and they had their meal, this would be the time for storytelling as well.
Yeah, the Kikuyus would incorporate storytelling, mostly for little lessons here and there.
Okay.
Some of it for the kids, even for adults.
Okay.
Like I could think of, but with a little story about being indecisive.
Okay, tell us about that.
We would be told of this hyena. A hyena is traditionally known to be a very greedy animal. Like he would have gobbled this food by now, of course. So he goes and he's looking for food, and then he decides, oh, some very nicely smelling roast beef. Somebody is roasted. Somebody is having some barbecue somewhere.
Yeah.
So he decides, is it that side? And then also this side, like it's a fork of a road, it's 2 roads. So he decides, instead of going this way and missing this one, my 2 feet are going this way. My other 2 feet are gonna go this way.
So he wants to have both.
Yeah, he wants
doesn't
to
want
have
to miss
both.
out.
And just tell me now, as you are listening, children, what's gonna happen to that hyena?
Split up.
Yeah, he's gonna, and he died there and then, because there is no way you can. The hyena could take that
road and that road at the same time.
Yes.
Also, decisiveness. You have to decide. It's
yes,
either you're
and
going
he
that
ended up
road.
missing both barbecues because he cannot make up his
That
mind.
is it.
Yes.
That is a wonderful story.
Yes, and so mealtime used to be also some teaching time, but in a very indirect and entertaining way.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, that's wonderful. I like that story because it's not like when you're sitting at the table, you're not specifically pointing at one child and saying, this is what you did, this is what you should have done. You just tell it in a very informal way.
Yes.
And then the kids get to make it make sense for themselves, kind of thing.
And it's a kind of a little warning about greed, which is relevant to food.
Yes.
Like when you are very greedy, you will try to run for this and that, and more often than not, you end up missing.
Not having anything.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you gotta.
Well, that is awesome. Well, still to come, we have a game that we will be playing. This was a fantastic dish. Don't go away. Hello and welcome back to Home is Here. We are still here with Jane and we have a game that we're going to show to you. It's similar to Pick Up Sticks, so don't go away. Jane, tell us a little bit about this game.
Yeah, well, technically we are not picking up sticks this time. We're going to pick up stones. And the children, because we didn't have the luxury of the technology we have today, the kids would be very innovative and use their resources. So rocks you can find anywhere. A ground, we have a beautiful hole here, but we would dig the little hole on the ground, on the dirt. Yeah, and then
so this would actually be a hole that you've dug out on the dirt.
Ground, on dirt, very soft, just this size. You choose a good size. And then you have your 6 rocks. 7. We have this. It could be any number. And then the player will looking at pushing them into the hole. Yes, and you're multitasking. Like let me just demonstrate. So you have one that's a bit bigger because it's the one you will throw
in the air.
And then you yes. The steps are you will try to push one
into the hole.
Then the next round you push 2.
Okay.
And then you arrange them and put 3 until you are all done.
Okay. So if you have, so right now we only have 6 rocks.
Yes.
So you start with the 1, and then you have to push 2 in, and then you have to push the 3. But if you have more than that, then you'd go 4 and 5, and that way. Okay.
I think this game also promoted the children's ability to count, to do their counting.
Okay.
I think it's a good one. So let's go. Here we go. I'm going to throw up my rock. Yeah. Oh, see, I'm already missing.
Okay, so these guys actually have to be going in there.
They have to be getting into the hole, and we are imagining that this hole is on the ground.
Okay, so if they didn't get into the hole, like it happened.
It's Visiani's turn.
My turn.
Yes.
Okay, so I pick them up,
and
then I throw them off.
That's a good strategic throw.
Oh, I see. So when you throw them, you want them grouped so that there's the 3, there's the 2, and I see. That makes sense. Okay, so here I am going to do. How will this work?
Yes.
These 3 can go in together, and those 2. Okay.
But you have to be systematic. You start 1, 2, 3.
All right. Okay. Here goes. Wish me luck.
Yoo-hoo!
Okay, so now I need 2, right?
Yes.
Oh, I wish I could do 3 first. Okay.
Oh,
2.
yeah, no, that's not allowed.
All right. Oh, I almost got it.
You almost got it.
I almost did. Okay.
Don't force it.
So then, let's leave them outside. And then if they were there, then I would do the 3.
The 3s. Yeah,
and I got the 3.
A pro. Yes, that's great.
Okay, so then after that, it would be the next person's turn.
The next person,
so then
you would have given me the turn the moment you missed to throw your 2.
Okay.
So that's how you keep the game going.
Okay.
And it's concluded by the winner is that person who will be able to do your 1, your 2, and then your 3. Yeah.
And that counts as a point to that person.
That's a point, and then it's my turn to try. But it keeps, don't forget that these are little, let's say, school-age kids.
Yes.
We are doing it, and you look like it's going to be
easy.
It's easy.
It wouldn't be.
You can imagine a school-going age struggling to push in that stone. Yes, but it's quite a challenging one. But it's teaching them to count, to multitask, because you're throwing this up and also trying to...
You have to mind the stone. You have to be able to push them in there and able to count at the same time.
Yes, and also you could make your rules as you go on, because you could decide, okay, let's put the stones in the hole, and then you first of all bring all of them out.
And then,
sometimes some kids would just insist on, can I first of all arrange my stones? Put your... And then an aggressive one says, no, you cannot arrange your stones.
Okay. So conversation is going. And
yes, it's also very interactive.
That is very interactive. It is such a wonderful game. Thank you so much for sharing this game with us. This is such an easy game. It can be played anywhere. Like you can see, if you're playing it outside, you can draw using chalk on your sidewalk. If you're playing it indoors, you can arrange your papers, your plain papers, and draw a little circle and play it indoors. Such a simple game. It will bring you all together. And if you do try it, be sure to send me those pictures, fisiani@cineama.com, and I'll post them on our website as well as our social media Facebook page. Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Home is Here. Be sure to join us again next week for an all-new episode of Home is Here. Have a fantastic week.